Hello, it's PunkBune. Long time no see. I know it's been a while. I appreciate everyone who continues to follow me. Recently, I have been working on redoing some of my very old art, and I wanted to show those pieces off to you. So here's the first picture. This is Harajuku Girl that I made back in August of 2020. I was really into looking to draw something in the Harajuku fashion, and I wanted to make something really adorable and cute, something that I could put up on my TeePublic site. And so I came up with this, and now I have revamped it so that it now looks like this. I believe updating this has really done it justice. I really love the outfit. I really love the colors. I just wanted it to look a little more pastel, and I really wanted to redo the eyes and the face, especially the expression. I think this came out really good for an updated picture, especially from something that was from 2020. Now on to the next picture. So this picture, I just simply named Odd Dressed Girl, and this was done back in 2021. And this was actually updated from an older version that was made back in 2011. I was really trying to find some kind of weird high school uniform, and this was what I came up with. Again, this version is the 2021 version. The 2011 version is definitely cringe. If you want to see that, I will link it down below. But I'm just going to show the 2021 version. And now for the updated version. And so this is the updated version. Not a lot has really changed. I did make the colors a bit more vibrant. You can kind of tell what I was going for with the clothing. Basically, it was a dress down shirt with a cutout on the side that has some stitching and a very interesting kind of cape on top with a tie to kind of accessorize, and of course some weird odd jewels on the cape as well. I think this came out a lot better. I could still work on it a little bit more, but I am still kind of liking this outfit. I'd like to try to see this like in real life. I really love it, and who knows, maybe I'll redo it again in the future. And now for the next picture. This picture is for my Usagi Kona character. I was actually going to change my nickname to that at one point because I felt like PunkBune was a very old nickname for me, and I really wanted something a bit more grown, but I really do like the nickname PunkBune, and I've really grown with it, and it's me. I can't get rid of that. So I did keep this character, and I kept working on it, and in this particular picture I wanted to try something different. I actually tried painting everything first and then doing the line work. It was a very interesting technique, and I really do like the shading. The color is very vibrant. It just needed a bit more work. Her facial expression is very wonky, and she could use some more details in her ears, in her tiara, and in the dress. But I like how her skin kind of looks. So I really wanted to redo this because I really wanted to give the character justice. And so this is the updated version of her. I really love how her eyes came out. I love the lace trim on the top of her dress. She does look a bit thin, but the line work looks very crisp. Her ears and her tiara have much more details. I absolutely love this character. I would really love to be able to work on a model for her. Who knows? Maybe one day she will come to life. And so on to the next picture. So this picture I'm actually going to keep over to the side because it's actually hooked on to an old one. And I don't really want to show the old one. It's very cringe, but if you do want to see it, again, I'll link that one below. As you can see, this one was done way back in 2011. And this was a redid picture of just a simple girl that I made back in 2003 when I was in school. She pretty much looks like Hatsune Miku, but this was before Hatsune Miku was a thing. So I guess I kind of versioned Hatsune Miku in a way. I really love this character though. The design is kind of meh. I was really into the studded belts and the chokers, and I really like drawing girls with long sleeves that covered their hands. So in this picture, of course, I didn't cover her hands. I was trying to grow out of that. It still looks like it could use some work. So of course, I really wanted to redo this. And so I did. So this is her now. I shortened her sleeves a little bit more. I also gave her a curl to her hair because I wanted to make her a little less like Hatsune Miku because this is my character. I could have still worked a little bit more on her shoes. I do think they look kind of basic, like not a lot of details, but I love her belt and I love the details that I was able to add to her hair. The background, I was able to use brushes in the program that I was using that I will link below. So I really like how this one came out. Who knows? Maybe in another couple of years, I will redo this one again. I seem to have a fondness for this picture, and I just have to keep redoing it apparently. So who knows? You may see this character again. And now on to the next picture. So this picture is another picture that was redone from an older version, which again, I will link all the super older versions down below. This is from a character just called Cherry. I really wanted to practice hands. I wanted to practice drawing something with an object and closer up to the face. There are a lot of things that I could work on. I really didn't like the shading. Her hand, it's very chunky. So I really wanted to redo this picture. I really loved it. I loved the idea behind it. So I wanted to redo it. And so I did. This is the newer version. I tried to make her hands look a little bit less chunky and to add a bit more detail to her hands so that you can actually tell it is a hand. I also added some more details to her eye. I wanted her to look like she was actually looking at and enjoying that cherry. I also added more details to her hair, which I am obsessed with. I have slowly been learning new shading techniques on hair and how to add the shine with not overdoing it and not over blending. That's one of my bad habits that I tend to go to a lot, unfortunately. It's a beginner habit that I still haven't really gotten out of. So it's all a learning phase. And I also wanted to add to the background just to make it a little more pop. And I think she came out really lovely. Again, who knows? Maybe I'll redo this again. As I've said with all of these pictures, I have a fondness for each one. That's why I've kind of done them again. But that isn't the final one. I do have one more piece that I want to show you. So this piece I did back in 2010 when I hit 5,000 page views on my DeviantArt, which I will have a link for that down below as well, in case you want to check that out. I have been kind of weaning off of DeviantArt recently, especially with everything going on in the AI art world and with the recent changes that they have been doing. So don't really expect to see something super new on there. I may post every once in a while, but you can always find me on other socials as well, such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I post a lot more on those platforms rather than DeviantArt now, but I will link that below if you're interested. So again, here you can kind of see what I was talking about before. I overblend, and again, that's something that a lot of beginner artists do, I believe. I hope I'm not alone in that. So you can tell what I was trying to go for. The colors are very beautiful and I love the colors, but the shading and highlights, it's just not up to par. It's very bland. I love the pose. I love that I tried to do something different with the hands. I normally hide hands. I hate them. They're the bane of my existence. But again, I want to kind of grow out of that. So when I saw this picture, as I was doing some reminiscing, I decided, yes, I do want to redo this picture. It's very pretty. I can make this prettier. So I did. And this is how she came out, and I absolutely love her. I love the hair. It took me forever to do. I actually was doing hair streaks with one of the hairbrushes in the program that I use, but I didn't too much like it. Usually that brush is more of like a realistic kind of hair, so it didn't look good with her. So of course I blended it out, streaked it out. I added her blue and pink hued hair colors. I love her purple ears and her purple tail. Purple is my favorite color, so of course I had to keep that. And I love the hand pointing at you. I love her expression. She's very coy, like such a tease. I love her so much. I really want to do something else with this character one day, perhaps. Who knows? Maybe I'll even redo it again, but I absolutely love the way she looks now. Her eyes just have this very happy look. I love how this came out. And I hope that you love how this came out too. And I hope that you all appreciate my art and everything that I try to get done and try to do, especially after this past year. There's been a lot of real life stuff that has gone on. So I'm hoping to make some more content for you in the future. I do want to try to keep up with my videos, and I'm going to keep on trying. Thank you again for sticking out through everything with me and for continually watching my content. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. So as always, I will see you next time. Bye!